Step into a world of timeless beauty. Do you remember these unforgettable actresses who stole hearts on the silver screen? From classic legends to modern icons, each one left an indelible mark with their talent, charm, and grace. Let's celebrate the most beautiful actresses of all time and relive their mesmerizing journeys together. Do you recall this face? Marilyn Monroe rose from small roles to become most beautiful at about 33, a luminous blonde who outshone many contemporaries. I was breathless the first time I saw her. She died aged 36 from a barbiturate overdose, ruled a probable suicide. Stay with us. Look at her. Can you feel the magnetism? Monica Bellucci's beauty crystallized around 35 when Melina made Europe gasp. Italian, timeless, she still commands rooms. At 60, she carries that same sultry strength, outshining many contemporaries. A rare blend of elegance and endurance that keeps us watching and wondering. Do you know this face? Angelina Jolie erupted into global fame with Girl, Interrupted, and Tomb Raider, blossoming into her most striking beauty in her late 20s, a fierce, unconventional icon. At 50, she channels humanitarian grace and film star charisma, still rivaling younger contemporaries. Who else gives you chills like this? Look closely. Remember that smile? Jane Mansfield rose as a 1950s bombshell, famed for her curves and publicity stunts, reaching her most dazzling beauty around 32, a siren among peers. How tragic. She died at 34 in a car crash in 1967, a sudden end that still pains fans. Keep watching. Can you feel the 70s era glamour? Bridget Bardot's spellbound world began with "And God Created Woman." She was most breathtaking at 22, a fierce French siren who defined an era. At 90, time has softened her features, a bittersweet loss for fans, yet her legacy and bravado still outshine many. Remember her? See this face, an actress of chameleon charm. Michelle Pfeiffer rose through character parts, hitting a peak of beauty around 34 with roles that fused elegance and danger. At 67, she carries grace and resilience. Time has only deepened her presence, not erased it. Which of her transformations moved you most? Who remembers this refined beauty? Grace Kelly's porcelain elegance captivated audiences. She was most radiant in her mid-20s, about 26, a Hollywood starlet turned princess. How wistful. She died at 52 after suffering a stroke that led to a car crash in 1982, a loss that reverberates through film and royal memory. Stay with us. Do you recognize her luminous gaze? Jennifer Connelly's rise began in Labyrinth, but her beauty dazzled most around age 30 in A Beautiful Mind. At 54, she carries refined elegance, rivaling her contemporaries with poise. Her timeless presence reminds us how talent and beauty intertwine to create a legend worth cherishing. Look at this ethereal face. Julie Christie embodied the 60s. Her most captivating beauty shone at 24 in Darling, stealing the screen from peers. At 85, her radiance has mellowed, yet her eyes still echo cinematic history. Few stars of her generation could balance such allure and artistry. Do you remember her? Who could forget the Wonder Woman herself? Linda Carter's iconic beauty blazed brightest around 26, when she became a television goddess. At 73, her charm endures, though time has softened her features. Still, she remains a beloved figure, her legacy soaring above many contemporaries. Doesn't her heroism still sparkle in your memory? recall that youthful fire? Keira Knightley burst into fame at just 18 with Pirates of the Caribbean. Her beauty peaking in her 20s, elegant, bold, unforgettable. Now at 40, she radiates maturity and grace, still standing tall among her peers. Doesn't her timeless poise remind you why audiences fell in love? Her allure once made the world breathless. Megan Fox's beauty was most powerful around 21 in Transformers, where her sultry looks eclipsed contemporaries. At 39, cosmetic choices and time have altered her appearance, leaving fans torn between nostalgia and admiration. Yet, she remains unforgettable, her image forever etched in Hollywood's modern mythology. See her mesmerizing eyes. Scarlett Johansson captured hearts young, yet her peak allure glowed at 25, combining sensuality and strength. At 40, she still reigns among her generation, balancing motherhood and stardom with magnetic presence. Compared to contemporaries, her natural radiance and career endurance shine brightest. Who else defines modern Hollywood beauty like her? Do you remember this radiant child star? Diane Lane's loveliest moment blossomed around 37 in Unfaithful, her beauty unrivaled among peers. At 60, she carries graceful maturity, though age has softened her brilliance. Still, her enduring talent and quiet charisma remind us that beauty evolves but never disappears. Doesn't her journey inspire reflection? Do you remember her breathtaking elegance? Halle Berry was most radiant around 35, winning an Oscar for Monsters Ball and dazzling peers with unmatched beauty. At 59, she remains remarkably fit and glamorous, a rare star who defies time itself. Compared to her generation, her grace and resilience still shine powerfully today. Her porcelain glow once stunned Hollywood. Nicole Kidman's peak allure blossomed around 35 in Moulin Rouge, her presence eclipsing contemporaries. At 58, though softened by cosmetic changes, she retains elegance and stature. Some fans say in nostalgia, yet her endurance and artistry prove true beauty transcends decades. Don't you still feel her screen magic? Can you hear the laughter she brought? Sofia Vergara's dazzling charm was most irresistible around 40, starring in Modern Family where her curves and wit conquered television. At 53, she remains vibrant and stylish, still outshining many peers. Her journey reminds us that beauty is not just seen, it's felt with joy. Her regal beauty enchanted the world. Gong Li reached her most luminous height at 30, in Raise the Red Lantern, mesmerizing audiences beyond her generation. Now 59, she carries elegant maturity, a timeless icon whose influence surpasses many contemporaries. Isn't it moving how her artistry and beauty still hold such magnetic power? See her fierce presence? Charlize Theron's peak beauty unfolded in her late 20s, yet she dared to transform completely in Monster, proving depth beyond appearance. At 50, she still radiates glamour and strength, rivaling younger peers with effortless allure. Who else embodies both fearless artistry and breathtaking beauty, quite like Charlize? Do you recall her striking elegance? Kelly, whose most dazzling charm shone around 35 in The Scorpion King, her exotic beauty standing tall among contemporaries. At 57, she remains radiant, gracefully balancing time's touch with enduring allure. Fans still admire her captivating presence, proof that true beauty doesn't fade, it only transforms. Look closely. Do you remember that smile? Jessica Alba's allure peaked in her early 20s with Dark Angel and Fantastic Four, her youthful glow eclipsing peers. At 44, her features have matured, but her charm and influence in business keep her shining. Doesn't her journey remind us beauty can reinvent itself? Do you recall that stunning blue mystique? Rebecca Romijn's peak allure blazed at 29 in X-Men, her statuesque figure and piercing beauty outshining peers. At 52, time has softened her glow, yet she remains graceful and admired. Fans still remember her as one of the most magnetic screen presences of her era. Look at her regal presence. Connie Nielsen's loveliest moment came around 35 in Gladiator, her elegance rivaling any star of her generation. At 60, her beauty has matured with strength and poise, reminding us of timeless nobility. Doesn't her journey prove that true allure grows even as years advance? Her French elegance once stopped hearts. Emmanuelle Bert's beauty dazzled at 27 in Manon de Sources, eclipsing contemporaries with luminous charm. At 62, cosmetic changes have saddened some admirers, a bittersweet reminder of fleeting perfection. Yet, her artistry and memory of her youthful radiance keep her legacy vibrant. Do you remember her shine? Do you remember that fiery redhead? Anne Margaret was most breathtaking at 23 in Bye Bye Birdie, a rival even to Monroe in Allure. At 84, age has tempered her beauty, but her charisma and vivacious energy endure. Isn't it touching how her legend continues to sparkle after all these decades? See those soulful eyes? Helena Bonham Carter's most enchanting beauty bloomed around 22 in A Room with a View, setting her apart from peers. At 59, her unconventional charm remains, though time has reshaped her features. Still, her daring artistry ensures she shines uniquely. Who else captures eccentric allure quite like her? Do you recall her dazzling glow? Heather Graham's peak beauty shone at 29 in Boogie Nights, her radiant presence stealing scenes from her generation. At 55, her charm lingers, though softened by time. Fans still treasure her magnetic smile, a reminder that allure can linger long after the spotlight dims. Look again. Do you remember Denise from The Cosby Show? Lisa Bont's most striking beauty flourished at 20, a natural aura rivaling her peers. At 57, her features reflect time's gentle touch, yet her bohemian spirit and influence still inspire. Isn't it wonderful how her legacy lives on in Hollywood memory? Do you recall Bonnie and Clyde? Faye Dunaway's peak radiance came at 26. Her sharp elegance redefining beauty for her generation. At 84, time has softened her features, yet her aura of classic Hollywood glamour remains unmatched. Compared to peers, her presence still commands admiration. Isn't she unforgettable even now? Look at this dazzling siren. Carmen Electra's beauty burned brightest around 26 in Baywatch, her sensual curves outshining contemporaries. At 53, cosmetic changes and time have altered her look, leaving fans nostalgic yet captivated. Though not as prominent today, her image remains iconic. Do you remember how she once set hearts racing? Her strength and grace inspired generations. Jane Fonda's most stunning beauty glowed around 30 in Barbarella, her allure rivaling Annie Starr. At 87, wrinkles tell stories of resilience, activism, and artistry. Though her youthful glow has faded, her charisma and courage shine brighter than ever. Isn't her journey profoundly moving to witness? Do you remember the world's most beautiful woman? Aishwarya Rai's peak allure came at 21, crowned Miss World in 1994, eclipsing global contemporaries. At 51, she retains her regal elegance, still adored as Bollywood royalty. Her radiant eyes and grace remain timeless. Doesn't her beauty remind us how legends transcend borders and decades? Vibrant and irresistible, Salma Hayek's dazzling beauty shone brightest at 34 in Frida, where her sensual charm surpassed her generation. At 59, she remains radiant, defying age with passion and style. Few stars maintained such allure over decades. Doesn't her magnetic presence still leave us breathless every time she graces the screen?